Please like, subscribe, and be sure to click that bell button for regular and exciting indie film content and your chance to be the first to engage with the LiftOff Global Network of Film Festivals as we embark on launching the careers of the filmmakers of tomorrow.
Hello everyone and welcome to today's stream. Today we're looking at the Toronto LiftOff Film Festival, and this is the second roundup that we are doing for the festival on the Monday or Tuesday roundups as it is today. So there's lots of things we're going to look at. We're going to look at some statistics, we're going to look at each program, and we're going to look at the films that are currently in the lead from the audience perspective. On Friday, Lloyd and Carolyn did their roundup and they looked at the biggest movers of the week. Today we're looking at the films that are in the lead across all of the pages. But first of all, I want to just tell you a little bit more about what is happening here at LiftOff this week and what you can expect to be happening for the rest of the Toronto LiftOff Film Festival. So some LiftOff news. Here we go. LiftOff news of the week. So the first thing we want to talk about is the May sessions winners announcement will be heading out this week. It will be heading out most likely this Thursday, where we'll have the best feature winner and also the best short film winner who will receive long lists for the LiftOff season awards, which take place in January. Up next, we have the fact that it is the New York LiftOff Film Festival official selections. They also go out on Thursday, so if you have applied to take part in this festival, please keep an eye on your notifications on Film Freeway and your emails, as the team will be in touch in due course with the outcome of the results of that festival. And then we have the actors, the actors workshop, which is taking place this Friday. This is a fantastic free workshop held by James Bradley, one of the co-founders of the LiftOff network, exploring your casting abilities, what your casting is, and also how actors should be approaching the independent film market and how actors should be engaging with filmmakers. It is a fantastic workshop and I would highly recommend. So if there are any actors out there watching this, do get in touch with us. We would love to hear from you. We run these on a regular basis. The next one will be on the 6th of July and also on the 7th of July. So like I said, if you want to be involved, get in touch. I can also see that there are a few people in the chat room. So if you are watching this live and you have any questions, please feel free to put your comments in the chat and I will do my best to answer any questions that you have or share any comments across today's stream. So let's get to it. Let's take a look at the Toronto LiftOff Film Festival. So this has been running from the 5th of June and it will be ending for the audience round on the 3rd of July. So we have 2 weeks left? Just under 2 weeks to watch some fantastic, and when I say fantastic, I mean lots of fantastic independent films, including a whole host of genres. We've got drama, we've got comedy, we've got animation. We also have feature narratives. There really is something for everyone across the board. Okay, so the first thing I want to look at is how to vote. There have been some votes that have come through, and they're the films that I will be announcing today and the films that are in the lead. But when I look at the statistics and look at how many people have voted and compared to how many people are watching the program, there are lots of votes still to come in. So I'm just going to show you this very quick video on how you can best place your votes. Here we go. Ooh. She says, here we go. Where is this video? I thought I had it right there. Huh. Oh, bear with me. This is very strange. I think it's been removed from the system. Okay, I will have a look for that in a moment as the slides go on. But I can tell you how best to vote. That is not a problem at all. So how to vote? You will need to vote for your 2 top films. So there are... this can be, just your 2 favorite films. In the original email, there was a link, a voting form link with a code. With that code, you'll need to click on the link, insert the code, and then you'll have access to place your votes. Your votes will not be counted for unless you are leaving 2 votes. I'm just going to have a quick look to see if I can find that video. Voting trail. Our online festivals are designed to bring much needed new eyes to true indie film. They are a tried and tested method of providing a platform of diverse work to a large audience. The voting process is specifically created to engage people with the collection. Once you purchase the program, to watch the films you'll be sent a ticket email which contains your personal link to sign up to the festival, along with your voting code and link.
Before the festival closes, head to the email again to cast your vote. Entering the code in the email will give you access to the form, which will then ask you to select your 2 favourite films and provide some feedback on the projects. Throughout the festival, we'll be running events on our YouTube channel, such as live festival updates, free workshops and promotional filmmaker interviews. Filmmakers will also receive daily updates from the festival. Thank you for participating.
There we had it. I found the voting trailer and that explains everything perfectly. So it's just finding that link, finding that code, and then placing your 2 top films. So alongside you placing your votes for your audience round, the LiftOff jury are going back over every single film and rewatching everything, and also be putting through their top films into the network round. So the network round will be taking place from the 5th of July, that's the Wednesday, so 2 days after the audience round comes to a close, and will be live for a week. After then, we will be announcing the overall winners in categories, we'll be announcing the overall winners of the audience choice, and also telling you who has been shortlisted for a season award. Okay, great. So let's take a look at the festival. But before we do that, we're going to look at what to expect. So over the festival month, lots of activities have already happened. We do our weekly roundups at the beginning of the week and also at the end of the week. We've had our focus groups for screenwriters, and we've also had our focus group for filmmakers last week. Yesterday, tomorrow, we are supposed to have our online networking session. Unfortunately, due to a personal circumstance, that has been moved to next Wednesday. So if you have applied for that, it will be taking place next Wednesday instead. I believe that's the 28th of June. It will be running at the same times, 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. UK time, and everyone has been notified who has applied to take part in that. We do apologise for any inconvenience that has occurred around that. And then, like I mentioned, we have our last looks. We also have Lloyd and Carolyn did a fantastic stream last week about funding. Go and check that out if you haven't already. And then the network round will be taking place, followed by the winners announcement. So that is what to expect until the festival comes to an end. Oh no, we are going to look at the local filmmakers program first, and I have clearly misplaced the poster. Not doing too well today with this stream, clearly. So the local filmmakers, I'm just going to hover on that festival activities as we speak. The local filmmakers, we've got 312 playthroughs so far, fantastic numbers. We've only had 28 votes in, and we have an audience of around 50. So like I said, only half of the votes have come in, so anything can change over the next coming weeks. The first film I'm going to mention, which I've already shown, is We Are In This Together, which is on 12 votes. This is directed by Mitch Virginin. And this is a film from Canada. It is an action, drama, science fiction short film. At its core, our film is a family drama with a twist. An alien invasion threatens humanity's very existence, and estranged family members must aside their differences and work together to survive. But as tension rises and secrets are revealed, will they be able to unite and overcome their personal struggles to fend off extraterrestrial threat? This is on 12 votes. This is fantastic, Mitch. It wasn't even mentioned last week, and all of a sudden it's risen to the top. So that is exactly what can happen when these other votes come in as well. Behind that, we have Love You, Goodbye, which is directed by Nick Laws. This is on 5 votes. This is also a Canadian short film. It's in the local filmmakers program, and it is a student film. After the loss of his wife, a man attempts to reconnect with his son and himself. Up next, we're going to talk about the Judges Select program. The poster was there. Perfect. The Judges Select program. This has been doing fantastically well as well. It has 375 playthroughs. Votes in so far are very low. We've got 26 votes in, and we've got an audience again of around 50, which means more votes still to come in. In pole position on 6 votes, we have Since You Left. And this is directed by Premshwari Majawanga. And this is from USA. I'm really sorry, that is a very difficult second name. It is from the USA. In the hope of coping with the broken relationship, a girl named Maria continuously goes on dates at the tea house where she met her past lover while overwhelmed with grief and loneliness. This film was made for a Feces film project, and the director was 22 years old whilst she completed this film. Up next, we have a new film that we're mentioning here today, which is called Pret a Poppy. This is on 4 votes. This is directed by Zoe Nelson. This is from the USA, and it is also a student short film. Poppy is a greatly misunderstood fashion design student who is pushed to the limit by her professor and competitive classmates as she designs her ambitious fashion show costume. Up next, we're going to be taking a look at Trendsetters. There are 339 playthroughs across this program. We've got 27 votes in so far and an audience of around 40. Jenny's Expertise is in the lead. This is on 4 votes. This is a film directed by Susan Marie Morceau, and it follows an imaginative 10-year-old Trekkie struggling to gain fairness and love from her blindly partial mother and equal status with her bullying brother in the 1960s white man's world. The next 3 films I'm about to announce are all tied. They are tied on 3 votes. So the first film we have is Totem, and this is directed by Henry van der Beek from the USA. We have We Are Legends, which is on 3 votes. This is directed by Bruna Valentini and Isabel Valentini from Brazil. And the final film is Oopsie Daisy, again on 3 votes, and this is directed by Devin Gillis from the USA. The final program I'm going to mention here today is Features. This page has been doing extremely well. We have 145 playthroughs across the program. Only 13 votes in so far, so again, everything can change when we're sitting back here next week, and an audience of around 20. There's a new film that is in the lead, which is called Wanton, and this is on 3 votes. This is directed by Victor Dubnaya from Canada, and this is a horror music fantasy. Wanton is an abstract and expressionistic musical horror show about identity, self-representation, anxiety, nostalgia, and the digital age. Through a series of obscure and ghostly images, the film tells the loose story of a man fighting to take off a self-imposed mask. He succeeds. However, the mask then grows into a malevolent being, preying on his fears, haunting him and plunging him deeper into the void. And as you can tell, the poster here reflects the lockdown very well. The next film is Wayne's Misery. This is on 2 votes from Iceland. This is directed by Michael G. And when 2 people from New Jersey meet by coincidence in a small town in Iceland, their stories intertwine and turn them to crime. Wayne, a 10-year-old boy, is forced to face his own demons when his psychopathic friend Simon pushes him to commit worse and worse crimes as he slowly begins to lose his sanity. Wayne's father, a police officer, begins to investigate the crimes, leading him to his first crime scene where he met a boy who, even a decade later, still warms his cold soul. And there we have it. That is the roundup for this week. Thank you to everyone who was here live with me, and next week we will be back, and I assume this will all have changed quite a bit considering there's still a lot of votes to come in. Until next week, you've got lots of activities happening this week on the Hub and also with Lord and Carolyn at the end of the week for their roundup. So do stay tuned for that. Thank you and goodbye.